All right, we are here at the border with Loren Spivack, who just finished the second day of his two-day economic seminar. Can you tell my readers a little bit about the seminar you just gave about capitalism and the like?
Well, I can. The seminar is based on the idea that in a free society, in a democracy, people, individual citizens, have to understand the basics of economics. Because if they're voting for politicians and leaders and they don't understand the economic principles, they can't possibly make wise decisions on how to vote. So it's the purpose of my seminar to do what high schools ought to do but don't, and that is teach the fundamentals of capitalism to regular folks so that they know how a free society works and what questions to ask their political leaders and what the possibilities are for freedom in many areas where we now live with the central government-controlled socialist elements of our economy where they could instead be free.
Now, I actually collect textbooks from years ago, and there was a time when people used to be taught capitalism and how and why it works, even in not only schools, but even in our cartoons and the like. How is it that this has changed?
Well, it's hard to speculate about other people's motives. It's certainly partly that the people who make a lot of these decisions don't particularly want a free society. If you wanted a free society, you would teach people about how free markets work. But if you don't, then you don't teach them that. Also, it's important to understand that the people who actually do the teaching in all of our schools are by definition not entrepreneurs. They're not capitalists. They're all, virtually all of them, are government workers. So it's not surprising that they teach about the world from their own viewpoint, which is the viewpoint of a government worker as opposed to an entrepreneur.
If you had to, your seminar is rather detailed in terms of how capitalism works, the various things that make things stronger and weaker for a society and the like. If there was one lesson from your seminar that you think Americans in general need to learn that they don't seem to understand now, what would that one lesson be? What is that one point that's beyond the others that people just desperately need to know? Or is it possible to sum that up?
Oh my goodness, it's 7 hours of everything and you want one point. I would say that it is that decisions need to be made by the person who pays the price and or gets the benefit for the decision. And the person who pays the price and gets the benefit needs to be the decision maker. When you separate that, when you have decisions made in one place and the consequences of those decisions are happening somewhere else, you tend to have economic disaster.
Now, your site is freemarketwarrior.com. If people want to sign you up for this seminar or have one of these seminars and have you present it, is that where they would contact you?
Sure, they can contact me through freemarketwarrior.com. I usually list upcoming seminars there, and if they don't see one in their area, I will pretty much go anywhere if there's a group that wants me to come and do it, and it's free. I don't charge to do seminars. So if someone has a group that wants to invite me to come, I'd be happy to.
Now, I understand that you are going to be having a book coming out before Labor Day that is a bit of a parody on the Obama administration.
That's right.
Can you tell us a little bit about this book?
Sure. It's a parody of a well-known children's book. And this, by the way, is not the actual cover. This is a mock-up of the cover.
That looks familiar somehow.
Yeah, it does to me too. And it's entitled The New Democrat. And it's about an absurdly, overly self-confident cat who barges in on America and starts to cause destruction and chaos everywhere he goes. He is aided by his two friends, Dem 1 and Dem 2. And he is being challenged by a fish with a crew cut. who warns everyone that he's actually being destructive and not positive. So it's a parody about the last 2 years of the Obama administration and its consequences. It's also something, or at least I've tried to make it something of an inspirational call to action for Americans. It's really designed, the subtitle is it's the parody for the Tea Party movement. And that's what I've tried to be.
Now the book, I understand the book is due to come out around Labor Day.
That's right.
Will it be available at the 9/11 march?
We will certainly have people at the 9/11 march selling it.
All right, so guys,
that's not necessarily, you know, hopefully you'll see that. I will tell you also it's available right now at ObamaParody.com, which is a website you would think someone else would have taken, but apparently I'm the first person to think of it, and therefore this is the Obama parody, and you can always get it on the web.
All right, well, thank you very much for your time. From what I've seen from the people, they have enjoyed your seminar, and our readers will look forward to the book.
Excellent.